My name is Kane Cunningham. I am a landscape painter. For 20 years I have travelled from Scarborough to St Bees, coast to coast, over hill and dale and across mountain pathways to find the perfect view. But my journey now can only be imaginary. Like everyone, I've been in lockdown, unable to travel to paint in wild and beautiful landscapes. I felt the need to discover more about the northern landscape and what it means to me and other artists in these challenging times. I'm at Rosedale, the great northern landscape. It's the start of a journey to find out about the landscape and how it has affected artists through lockdown over the last 12 months. I want to explore how lockdown has affected them. Has it had an impact upon their work, their thinking? Has it changed the way they think about their work? Has it changed the way they think about the landscape? Joe Cornish has travelled all over the world to photograph awe-inspiring landscapes, but has rediscovered the sublime landscape of the North York Moors and Jurassic coastline of Staithes, Whitby, Ravenscar, Scarborough and Saltwick Nab. Joe connects deeply to the landscape. You can see it in his eyes. His images are not sentimental evocations of a time gone by, but a reminder of what we will all lose if we, as custodians, neglect our environmental responsibilities. Joe is a witness to our times. His photographs are a statement, a case for the prosecution, against those who ignore the science and the wonder of children whose world may one day disappear. Peter Hicks, locked away in his North York Moor studio, watches the seasons drift past his window. He listens to the sounds of the curlew, of rain, snow, wind and hailstone that batters the tin roof. This is music of the landscape that accompanies his working day, where he rediscovers the joy of sketchbooks, reading and painting from studies completed out on the moors over a year ago. He is lost in time, reflective, relying on memory and imagination to ignite a creative spark that lights up the studio in a frenzy of activity. Shadows cast onto the wall, illuminated by the gas fire, are silent, ghost-like, as his day consumed by the winter's night leaves him exhausted, ready to sleep and to dream about another day in the landscape. Tessa Bunny, she tells stories about people eking a living from the landscape. From daffodil pickers in Lincolnshire to cockle fishermen in Morecambe Bay, she misses the interaction between people and place. She reflects upon a landscape in lockdown close to the world, except to just a few, eulogising about the honesty, integrity and resolution of men and women who simply have no choice but to risk life and limb to earn a living. Her images capture a way of life that perhaps one day will disappear. So a timely reminder of the transience of life and the challenges of lockdown and the beauty of the world we all live in. Peter Coates. He has simply got on with it, working in his studio every day, carving, sculpting and working with the very bedrock that shapes the landscape we all enjoy. There is a physicality about his work, a battle between idea and material. His sculptures are hard won, they resist intention and manipulation, but stand proud as objects of beauty when complete. They represent transformation and metamorphosis of material and form, shaped by the hands of the sculptor, seeking and exploiting the inherent qualities of stone, granite and marble. These materials, like lockdown, have not been easy to live with, but they have revealed over time hidden truths about the importance of the physical landscape in our life and in our imagination. Francesca Simon is on a journey back to the North York Moors. She has found a living landscape out of her back door, alive with the rhythms of nature, sounds, changes of colour, patterns and extreme weather conditions all in one day. Her ideas are in flux, inspired by the seasons, inspired by her travels, inspired by the thoughts of change, evolution and adventure. There is no time to waste. The light in the valley reveals her mysteries, her secrets and true identity. This is a gift to the artist, offered only to the chosen few, who stand alone transfixed by the majesty of the view. There is a dawning realisation that her new subject matter was always in front of her, evolving deep within her psyche and vivid imagination, as time will tell. Andy Goldsworthy, working in Northdale and in the heart of the North York Moors, has been busy on an ongoing project. Conceived as one single artwork, Hanging Stones has been commissioned by the David Ross Foundation. Andy Goldsworthy has continued working on the project during the pandemic. He invites the visitor to walk between buildings, each one rediscovered, reimagined, repurposed and inspired to create artworks that all contribute to the experience and understanding of the landscape. With reference to social history and the people who lived and worked in the valley, there is a physicality about Andy's work, a connection to the landscape through memory. Each stone cleaned, dressed and replaced connects to the hand of the 17th century stonemason, the farmer and now the sculptor. Each building, when entered, reveals an artwork, hidden but in plain sight, in familiar buildings, in a familiar landscape. There is a beauty to each work that reveals through discovery and creativity a sense of place, but also a sculptor's quest to make sense of the environment through feelings, ideas and the use of natural materials in a post-pandemic world, rediscovering its relationship to the countryside and its place within our lives, well-being and imagination.